Singapore for health checkup held a meeting of Council of Ministers on Monday via video conferencing. While the government has considered the video conference meeting as a milestone achievement, experts have stated holding such a meeting would risk the secrecy of confidential information. Good morning, I'm Amit Bakarel and these are the top stories this hour. Despite 3 months since the new budget was issued, lawmakers still lingering to decide on the mechanism to distribute 10 billion rupees to their electoral constituencies. Prime Minister's video conference meeting with the cabinet faces criticism. Main opposition expresses objection at the parliament. Cybersecurity experts claim the video conference as insecure. Pakistani Minister for Science and Technology announces that the federal cabinet was considering restoration of a complete ban on the use of Pakistani airspace for Indian flights. And Stefanos Tsitsipas and Dominic Thiem crash out of the first round of the US Open. Naomi Osaka secures a difficult win to reach the second round. Let's begin with the national political updates. Although a necessary work mechanism has to be prepared on a certain heading in order to set aside the budget, the work procedure for the Local Infrastructure Development Partnership Program has not been created, even after the budget was made public almost 3 months ago. The Finance Ministry has not been able to create the necessary work mechanism, although the program has been allotted 10 billion rupees. Amid heavy protests from the public, Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatioda set aside a budget of 10 billion rupees for the parliamentarians to spend in their respective constituencies. The government had announced to incorporate directly and proportionately elected parliamentarians and members of the National Assembly this year in the program, which had been included in the budget for the past 15 years in one way or the other. The government has, however, failed to create a work procedure even after the lapse of almost 3 months. An officer at the Ministry of Finance denied speaking in regards to the distribution of 40 million rupees to each of the directly elected lawmakers under the program last year. Finance Ministry spokesperson Uttar Kumar Khatri stated that he was not able to speak on the issue of work mechanism as it is a political program. As the work mechanism has not been ready even by the time of selecting the plans and sending them to local level, it has aided the trend of wasting the budget through party cadres at the end of the year. Looking at the past, the money distributed to parliamentarians in the name of development construction has been spent in the interest of political leaders and other influential people at the end of the fiscal year. If the amount is not spent on concrete plans this year as well through a reliable work mechanism and process, it will clearly indicate that the program was created just to distribute the amount haphazardly. Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli, who is currently in Singapore for health checkup, held a meeting of the Council of Ministers on Monday via video conferencing. While the government has considered the video conference meeting as a milestone achievement, experts have stated that holding such a meeting would risk the secrecy of confidential information. It may be recalled that under Prime Minister and the ruling Nepal Communist Party chairman K.P. Sharma Oli's leadership, the government limited the press conferences to announce the cabinet's decision to a once-a-week affair. The government had defended this decision to limit press conferences, citing that the cabinet's decision would take time to develop. Experts are of the view if the sensitivity of the cabinet meeting and its decisions are to be considered in the same manner, the video conference meeting would be questionable and it would be against the government's earlier beliefs. Technical experts have stated that the video conference meeting was not fully secure.
प्रधानमन्त्री र काउन्सिल अफ मिनिस्टरको जुन कन्भर्सेसन छ त्यो हाम्रा लागि हाम्रो स्टेटका लागि चाहिँ त्यो हाईएस्ट सेक्युरिटी हुनुपर्ने विषय हो। यस्तो किसिमको कन्भर्सेसनमा चाहिँ एटलिस्ट पनि डबल सेक्युरिटी हुनुपर्छ। त्यो डबल के हो त भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा नेटवर्क लेभलको सेक्युरिटी र अर्को चाहिँ एप्लिकेसन लेभलको सेक्युरिटी चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ। प्रधानमन्त्री चाहिँ एउटा सामान्य ल्यापटपको अगाडि मात्रै बसेर भन्नुभएको छ, त्यहाँ चाहिँ नेटवर्क लेभल सेक्युरिटी चाहिँ भयो जस्तो लागेन मलाई।
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister's Secretariat has been posting the video conference meeting on social media platforms as a big achievement. The government has claimed that the virtual private network or VPN system used as safe and there were no chances for information leakers. However, the photos published on social media platforms do not indicate the use of the VPN system.
कम्प्युटरले क्याप्चर गरिरहेछ उहाँको भोइस र दृश्य, त्यसमा चाहिँ जम्मा 2टा केबलहरू मात्रै जोडिया छ। एउटा चाहिँ पावरको केबल हो, अर्को चाहिँ एचडिएमआई केबल हो। र यो फोटो मात्रै हेर्दा चाहिँ के देखिन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ जुन इन्टरनेट प्रयोग गरिया छ त्यो ल्यापटपमा, त्यो इन्टरनेट प्रयोग गरेर हाम्रो काउन्सिल अफ मिनिस्टरसँग चाहिँ मिटिङ गरिया छ, त्यसमा चाहिँ होटलको पब्लिक वाइफाई प्रयोग भए जस्तो लाग्छ, जुन चाहिँ सेक्योर्ड हुँदैन।
While it is not bad to embrace technology, it is against the government's ideology of maintaining secrecy by using such an insecure method to hold such a sensitive meeting.
मनसाय भनौँ न प्रधानमन्त्रीको पहिलो हुने मनसायले यो काम गरेको हुनुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। सूचनाको हिसाबले, इन्टरनेटको हिसाबले आजको संसारमा साइबर सेक्युरिटीको थ्रेट चाहिँ एकदम ठुलो छ। तर त्यो कुरो चाहिँ प्रधानमन्त्री तथा मन्त्री परिषदको कार्यालयले बुझ्न जरुरी छ। राष्ट्रिय सुरक्षालाई थ्रेट हुने विषयहरू भिडियो कन्फरेन्सिङ मार्फत गर्दा स्पेसल्ली देशका संवेदनशील सूचनाहरू लिक हुन सक्छन्, तर त्यो कुरो उहाँले विचार गर्नुपर्ने कुरा हो।
The current scenario calls for the government to embrace technology, however, ensure it is for the good of the nation instead of doing it for cheap popularity. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the residents of Salyan district why have political parties engaged themselves in internal disputes, ignoring development works. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
पार्टीमा लाग्ने, दुःख पाउने, सङ्घर्ष गर्ने, मेहनत गर्ने मान्छेलाई बिर्सेर आफ्ना वरिपरि हिँड्ने तस्कर माफियाहरू र केही स्वार्थत्वको प्रलोभनमा नेताहरू फसिरहेको र यसले गर्दा नेताहरूप्रति असन्तुष्टि बढेको छ र यिनीहरू स्वार्थमा डुबेको कारणले एक आपसमा झगडा गर्ने।
नेताहरू पनि बुद्धिहीन भए, धनपछि लाए, विकास भएन देशमा।
नेताहरू आफ्नो कुर्सीको मात्रै लागेर लडिरहेछन्, भिडिरहेछन्।
पत्र पैसाको मोहमा उहाँहरू चाहिँ बढी तल्लीन भएको अवस्था छ। अहिले विकासतिर खासै चासो देखाएको हामीले चाहिँ देखेका छैनौँ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why do you think the mechanism to distribute development budget to the constituencies of lawmakers not been made so far? And options are A, not interested, B, lack of time, and C, intention to misuse the budget. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now the sports news.
Sports news.
Nepal convincingly defeated Bangladesh 4-1 at the SAF Under-15 Championship. With the win, Nepal has strengthened its chances of qualifying for the finals. Nepal will now have to defeat Bhutan to reach the finals. In the match played in Kolkata, India yesterday, Kisan Adhikari Yadav scored a brace in Nepal's win. Kisan scored in the injury time of the first half to give Nepal a 1-0 lead. Sugam Jimmy found the net in the 52nd minute and doubled Nepal's lead. Mia scored in the 84th minute for Bangladesh and reduced the deficit to 2-1. Pradeep Lamsal then scored in the 86th minute to extend Nepal's lead to 3-1. Kisan scored his second goal of the match in the 88th minute to seal Nepal's 4-1 win over Bangladesh. Nepal will clash against Bhutan today in a must-win match to advance to the finals. And it's now time for our special segment, Laugh Out Loud.
Our leaders have for long pledged promises to transform this Himalayan nation a la Singapore and Switzerland. Comparison with Switzerland stems from natural beauties the two countries share, while the one with Singapore must be due to the fact that Singapore made great strides in the last 5 decades or so. People were given hopes of development and prosperity, especially after the Popular People's Movement of 1990. However, the past 30 years have been a disappointing show of the democratic leaders, to say the least, despite the dawn of republicanism and the new federal setup. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli is currently being treated in Singapore, where he is said to being detoxicated, to quote the doctors. Premier Oli also held a cabinet meeting with the help of video conferencing on Monday afternoon. As the news of video conferencing started filtering back home, the social media was abuzz with posts that the Nepali leaders were not able to transform the country into Singapore, but did manage to run the country from Singapore itself. The price of precious yellow metal has reached 73,500 rupees for every tola, which is just over 11.66 grams as of Monday morning. The gold price has seen an extraordinary rise as the price had hovered around 65,000 rupees per tola for a long time and until about a month ago. However, the past few weeks have recorded a sensational rise in gold prices, witnessing a rise of over 8,000 per every tola of gold. Despite the festive season already on and Festival of Tees next week, the gold transactions has however hit a record low. The case of consumers is well put by a Nepali proverb that expresses helplessness to laugh or cry at the turn of events. With the trade war between China and the United States not showing signs of relenting, consumers are awestruck with the question, where will this hike end? This is Prarambha Dahal for Kantipur News Desk.
And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a good day.